Hello, welcome back. I am so happy to see you again. It's me, Liza, otherwise known in other parts of the internet as the person who works under the Crow Mother. I'm here with your October Tarot Scopes. If you haven't already, make sure you've subscribed to this channel, turn your notifications on so you get these tarot scopes every month and other videos when we decide to make magic together. Comment your resonance on this video and please share it far and wide with everyone else you think may be of benefit. Hello, Scorpio. I am here with your October Tarot Scope. But first, please accept my offering of smoke. Allow it to clear the space around you and the space between your heart and mind and the space between us. And then, you know what time it is. Let's have a deep breath in. Okay, my dear Scorpion, what did we get this month? First card out is the King of Cups reversed. We got the Three of Cups upright, and we got the Emperor reversed. So the way that this shows up, and this is oddly enough the first time that this is really happening in my bulk of readings for all of the signs for this month, but the Three of Cups is kind of a standalone here in its importance and message for our conversation. And then the King of Cups reversed and the Emperor reversed are what is pairing together. That is, as you know, not uncommon for, cards to really poke themselves out in terms of their want for attention for our messages. And here we go. This month, October, is tender for you or will unfold in ways that prove to be tender and kind of imbalanced, more toward the, to be literal about this first card here, more toward the watery end for you, sweet dear Scorpio. And this imbalance, this upending, this, to use another stereotypical term that I actually love for Scorpio, it's like if there was a water sign that could be made of fire, it would be Scorpio, right? And so the way that the King of Cups reversed is showing itself to me is through that meme, that stereotype of watery fire, except it's like, right? This feels directly connected to relationships with power figures in your life. Yes, I'm referencing the Emperor reverse, but I'm not talking about like power figures at large or in general. I mean like, patriarchal relations. I'm thinking about the father role and the father wound. I'm also thinking about for any of you that may be in a relationship with someone that identifies as male, patriarchal, and thinking about partnerships with people that identify as male partnerships, whatever. I'm thinking about father wounds and the way that I'm being shown father wounds and the way that those are really making themselves known and felt this month. I'm thinking about one of the ways that this father wound really shows itself is the connection to your relationships with people that identify as male. You know, what's very clear in their message to me, their translation to me, is that this is about, or excuse me, this will be shown in partnership first, right? Excuse me. First, it shows itself in father wound, and then it directly affects partnership with the masculine dynamic or the masculine archetype. This would make kind of sense to me as an observer, because if this is about partnership, this second level, well, of course, like, you're going to experience this wound, you're going to experience the need for healing within this wound in that next level, or the relationship that is at the next level of importance. That would be your spouse, your male partner or male figure partner. This would be the father of children in your life, if that's applicable. And then if you are not partnered to anyone that identifies as male or has male archetype energy, this would also show itself to your platonic relationships with those that identify as male in your life. This looks like friction, friction that doesn't deserve a place in these relationships. You know, it's interesting because when I reach into touch each tier of these relationships, father wound, partner wound, male archetype partner wound, or father of your own children wound, and then the way that it touches platonic relationships with identified males, the only one that seems very unwarranted is the platonic male identified relationships. And I'm not sure why that's coming through that way, but it is what it is. All of that to say, this is going to be tender, and you could very well feel inclined to, you know, be the most gorgeous, fiery water sign that you are, and really lash out in some of these spaces. It goes without saying that that is not recommended. That is not recommended because sliding into like save the day are these places of joy. We can see that the places of joy that are really like, skirt, skirt, no, you know, let me hold you back, right? I'm here to like really divert you from lashing out and spewing fiery, watery venom in only the way that Scorpio can. And those of you that are in any way familiar with me, you know that Scorpio is like one of the nearest to my heart. So that is said with love, by the way. Admiration. This joy that like skirts, you know, holds you back. Comes by way of community, by way of joyful friendships. It also just comes by way of shit that you love, you know? If you love, I don't know, like if you love books and reading, which is what is coming up, like this would mean that an opportunity to join a that an opportunity to join a book club, either virtual book club, sorry, y'all. An opportunity, for example, to join a book club will present itself as like, you know, as your option, your very real option to pour your attention and your fiery, watery energy into, instead of lashing out at the expression or the reaction to these wounds. That's not going to change anything, by the way. That's another important point to make here, is that sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And lashing out or expressing anger, rage, hurt, disappointment, you know, in ways that are explosive, expressing it in those ways is sometimes beneficial in one way or another. That's not the case this month. What is of greatest benefit to you? And like, let's become a bit myopic here and focus on you. If at the root of some of these father type wounds or these relationships with identified male wounds, if at the root of them you're not being seen and heard and fed, and joy is not necessarily being poured into you, it is now up to you. It is your option to express joy in ways that have nothing to do with these individuals, be it a book club or I don't know, the time of the year, whatever holiday you might be, if you're into spooky season, if you're into a craft or hobby or exercise. The joy of these experiences is making itself known to you in ways that are poignant. This mostly will come in the form of activities that you can pour yourself into, and in some part, it will be in the form of people that bring you joy. And so if, you know, you had previously been rocked by some of these father wounds to the extent that it felt hard to focus on what did bring you happiness, October is the month to really try to allow yourself the opportunity for joy. You are passionate and fiery, and the expression of such is at the forefront for this month by way of hurt, scarred, fractured relationships that are likely deeply rooted in the father wound. And again, to recap, will first exhibit themselves in not so healthy patterns or relationships with spouses, fathers of children, and then it'll show itself in platonic male relationships last, the last of which are not deserving. None of it is worth your ire this month. Give into the joy of experience and people. As usual, it is an honor and a privilege to read for you. I hope that these messages find spots of healing and hope in your body, mind, and spirit. Allow them to carry you through to the month's end. Apply them as you wish to your sun, moon, or rising, or any other placement you're paying close attention to at this time. Lastly, you know what it is. If you haven't already, make sure you've subscribed to my channel. Turn your notifications on so you get these tarot scopes every month. Like this video, share it widely where you think it'll be of benefit, and comment your experience or resonance on it. Until next time. Mwah.